Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Of starting of day 2 for the 3-day fast. And I'm sorry, I honestly just woke up, but I wanted you to see real how things are really going. I did take a really long walk yesterday, which I don't think the walk would have been a problem whatsoever. I just wanted to visit all of Maui that I could, so I just walked the beach. However, the sun got me really, really bad. So I woke up, when I got back, I knew it wasn't good. And I've been putting aloe on, hydrating like crazy, but a huge bummer of that is my body's having to heal a sunburn along with everything else it has on its docket. So that is a huge bummer. I did not sleep well at all last night. Took me a long time to fall asleep. Woke up at 2, woke up at 4, now it's 5 a.m. and I'm like, just get up. So I can't tell if it's fasting or if it's my sunburn, to be honest. Maybe a little bit of both. But I woke up starving, so this will be fun. Last night I did do some computer work. I could tell that my head, I was having trouble coming up with words. I was trying to remember names of restaurants and things like that because I am listing my house on Airbnb and, going through making a guide of all my favorite places, but the names weren't coming to me. So I know that I've got some information going on up there. And this is a great segue to what I wanted to talk about today, because this is the day that some symptoms start showing up besides just hunger. Now, my question to you is, do you think symptoms are good or are they bad? So when you think of a fever, is that saying, hey, body, you're doing something wrong, you have a fever? Or is it an innate intelligence within you saying, hey, you've got a virus, you've got a bacteria, you got something we need to fight, we're going to raise the temperature of your body so that we can fight it, right? Same with this. I believe fevers are a good thing. Watch them, of course, but they're telling you something, right? Symptom-wise now, I don't hate the symptom. I know that I'm asking my body to do a lot. I'm asking my body to change the way that it's been using food and fuel. I'm asking it to change, honestly, a paradigm, which changes state so that it uses itself to function. And our bodies are so amazing, and they can do that. They are the best, they're the best tool. The best thing that we can use to stay healthy is actually our body, right? That's why I've really limited anything that I'm taking supplement-wise. I'm just drinking water and a little bit of coffee or tea. The teas I'm using are, Pina Lima, I think, is the tea I'm using because I'm having some issues with constipation. I had them prior to this too, so I'm having that. I was having that symptom prior to this, so it's not new, but something I'm working on, and so I chose a tea to help with my digestion. Otherwise, that's it. I'm taking probiotic when I get hungry. Because typically, especially that first day, if you're getting hungry, your microbiome, the little bacterias in your body, are saying, feed me. And I want to kill off the bad bacteria, right? And improve the garden of my digestive tract. So I feed it with probiotics when I'm feeling hungry. If I'm feeling hungry because it's my mind, it's something a little bit different. But if I'm really feeling hungry through my belly, and that it's a hunger pain or whatever, then I'm doing that. Now, I will tell you, I learned, and I know this about myself, but I'll just share, like, when you're going through a healing like this, or a task, or a all immersion type of thing where you take something away, it's a great time to learn about yourself, okay? So I had computer work to do last night, some things I wanted to get done. When it comes to creating or writing for me, I actually really enjoy doing it unless I'm forced to do it. If it's not already done for me, like I know exactly what to do, my brain says, "Hey, why don't you take a break, get up, go to the fridge, find something to eat." It's a form of procrastination, is to grab food, or to, you know, maybe you're uncomfortable with not knowing the answers, or uncertain, or like, gosh, don't you know this yet? Like a little frustrated with your work or whatever. So that is something that I learned, and that I still have issues with, obviously, as I was doing this last night, working on my computer. So I know that there's an emotional component to food still, and I will keep working on that. But these fasts are such a good way to recognize those maybe habits that we have, or those I don't know, like things that you fall back on when you're feeling uncomfortable. Maybe what you think about, I don't know, just like pay attention. It's very important to journal during this time, in my opinion. I don't care if you do like what I'm doing right now, like a video journaled for yourself, or get out pencil and paper, use your phone, whatever. A way of tracking how you're feeling throughout this, because you can learn so much from yourself. And here's the deal, you don't want to need to do this again right away. Like, this isn't easy. It's I'm sure some will be easier than others, but this is something that you can do a couple times a year, to help your body get into a state of breaking down crappy stuff, cancer cells, old cells, all that stuff. That all, like, your body kind of attacks those and gets rid of them. It's like a dumping stage. So autophagy is what they call that. So we're going to go through that. We're going to go through getting my body to use fat instead of glucose to feed itself. So more of a ketogenic state, getting into ketosis, almost like helping your body use its own stores to fuel itself, rather than needing to eat and use the stores of the consumption. Kind of switch the roles there. And then so just a good gut microbiome reset. Yeah, all the things. There's just so many benefits. And that's just the physical stuff. The emotional stuff is a whole different level. So trying to keep these below 10 minutes. So I am going to close with this. Think about other things in your life, like other symptoms that you have. Maybe you have a sore hip. Maybe you have IBS. Maybe you've got an autoimmune issue, or high blood pressure. Any of these symptoms that are showing up. Maybe you got a skin rash. I don't know. Whatever these symptoms are, these ailments that we have. That's what I journaled on last night. What if they were all gone, and you had nothing body-wise to complain about? Like, who would you be? How would you act? Are you scared of that person? Are you scared of, is there some fear there that, like, if I didn't have these things, like, would I even be me? Like, I've had them for so long, right? Like, if you never had to worry about those things again, like, and your soul, like your inner person, the spiritual piece of all this, like, your soul isn't any of those. It's not your physical body. It's not your mind and what you think. It's not your emotions. It's your soul. And if you can step back and really, like, get in there and get into the soul piece, all those other things are just extras. And being able to clear those out so you can get to know your soul is really important. I'm not saying those things won't be there, but like that's not who you are. So I think we need to really be careful on what we identify ourselves as, how we speak, you know, that into the world. Make sure we are identifying with our soul and not our symptoms, because I do this often. I'm like, oh, I can't eat gluten, or I don't eat gluten. Instead, I can change the verbiage on that, right? Or like I've always had stomach problems. I've always had body image issues. I don't know, I've always thought that way. Or I isolate when I'm stressed. Those things, like, I identify with those, and it's almost like I'm kind of proud of them sometimes when I talk about them. So let's make sure we are really kind to ourselves, and really think about what our soul is, and identify with our soul, and not identify with the symptoms and the little tornado going on outside of the soul. See what happens. I bet that person's awesome. But yeah, we have to get to know it. So there's my 2 cents for 5 o'clock in the morning after getting just a few hours of sleep. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. And until next time.